Early bird versus night owl. A rivalry as old as time. They say it's all in your genes, but I don't know. My sister is a total night owl. She will decide to rearrange her hall closet at 10:30 at night. I'm more like my mom. My mom used to always say that if it doesn't get done in the morning, it doesn't get done. But traveling in the morning has so many benefits. So even if you're a night person, you might want to travel in the morning. And I've got 8 great reasons to road travel in the morning. The first reason I love to travel in the morning is less traffic. There is so much less traffic in the morning on the rural highways, but if I have to drive through a big city, I try to plan it to get past the city by 6 a.m., right when the traffic starts building up, or just after 9 a.m., when rush hour is usually over. The second reason is that when I start out early in the morning, I don't need to turn on the air conditioning for much of the drive. If I start out early enough, sometimes I don't need to turn on the AC until I'm almost at my destination. Also, when you're driving when it's hot out, the engine has to work harder, which is not good for gas mileage. The third reason is no wind. In the Southwest, I've found it's rare for it to be windy in the morning. The wind starts picking up around noon, and it can get super windy. A headwind and a crosswind is not good at all for gas mileage. Of course, a tailwind is good for gas mileage, but you can't count on that. Traffic slowdowns aren't as slow. If you leave early enough, even if there's construction or an accident, with less traffic, you get through it much faster. I've driven through the same construction slowdowns in the morning and then came back through later in the afternoon, and it took so much longer to get through it in the afternoon. The sun is much gentler in the morning. Sometimes when I have to travel in the afternoon, it's very uncomfortable to have the sun beating down on me. Sometimes I stop just to put more sunscreen on. It can be brutal. Most people take for granted that the sun will beat down on you, but I can tell you, it is so much gentler in the morning. It's easier to deal with vehicle problems. If you're starting out early in the morning, you have so much more time to deal with anything that might go wrong with your vehicle on the road. You won't have that sense of panic that time is slipping away quickly. You don't have to worry about getting to the automobile shop before it closes. It's the morning. You've still got all day. Statistically, the other drivers on the road are less fatigued and more alert in the morning, which translates to faster response times. They say the safest day of the week to drive is Tuesday, and the safest time is between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. 3 a.m. seems more like the middle of the night to me, but apparently it's the time with the least amount of other vehicles on the road. There's something so satisfying about setting out early in the morning. The earth is just waking up. As you drive, the rising sun slowly changes the scenery. It gives you a perspective that you won't see once the sun is higher up in the atmosphere. It's like watching an artist paint with sunlight. It seems quieter and more peaceful, and I never get tired of it. I also try to drive early in the week. I'm usually trying to find a good free camp spot, and it's easier to find one earlier in the week. The earliest that I've ever driven is usually about a half hour before first light. Driving in the dark is certainly not my favorite, so first light is usually the time I like to travel. I know a lot of you guys are night owls. I would say 50% of you are early birds and 50% of you are night owls. So I'd love to hear what you have to say about driving, your favorite times, what you think is the best day, the best time to drive. So like and subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments.